Right, let's prop this up. I'm trying to prop it up so you can see my storage. It's going to fall down there, isn't it? Right, let's just see if that will stay put there. Good afternoon. I've got the sun streaming in my craft room window here today, which is unusual. Normally at this time it's pitch black and dark, but the sun is streaming in. It's just setting, so that's why it looks a bit strange. I've got a board up trying to block it out, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. But you'll see what we're going to be working on just behind me here. You may have seen some pictures over on Facebook that the lovely Kim has shared from Pink Frog. So I'll just wait for a few more of you to come in. Sorry I sound a bit all bunged up. I'm not quite 100% today, but we're going to have some fun. We're going to get some more storage created. I hope you've enjoyed doing the stamp and die storage. I know a lot of you have. I've seen some pictures on social media. It's good to get organised, isn't it? And get that all sorted, ready for the new year. And the nice thing is you can adapt it to other sizes as well. And I'm just going to move this to see if I can bring up your comments. Oh, hang on, let me. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Oh, not got any comments yet. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Oh, turn the volume off now. Can you all hear me? I'm not seeing any comments. Don't quite know why. But never mind. I'm going to show you something on the my iPad as well when we get started. But this is what we are going to be working on. The words will look all back to front to you at the moment. But this is the storage that we're going to be working on. A lot of you have asked in the past, how do you store your different size cards from Pink Frog Crafts? Because it's great that we have all the card blanks in different sizes, but then it's storing them in the correct way. So we don't get them dog-eared, we don't get them damaged. That's that type of thing. So I'm going to put the camera to the top because we've got quite a few of you in. I'm going to bring the storage down, but also I'm going to bring my iPad down to show you how you can print off the cutting and scoring guide that I've created for you for the card blanks. So let me just bring this up. So bear with me while I put you in the holder. Ooh. Apologies. Right, I can see some comments coming through now, which is great. There we go. So at the moment, all you can see is my lovely A3 card blank. So your A3 card blanks, these come to you in two different pack sizes. Okay, so, and Pink Frog have given you a buy one get one free again as well. So if you buy a pack of the 20, you're actually going to get 40 of the lovely card. Okay, and you'll see it's nice both sides. Now don't forget to use your 10% discount if you have signed up for the Pink Frog newsletter. You get a 10% discount each month. So use that discount, okay? So with that, if you have a 20 sheet pack, okay, which means you're going to get 40 sheets plus your 10%, and this is 350 GSM, mind you. This is going to work out at £7.65, which works out at 19p a sheet. So for the majority of the storage I'm going to show you, you're going to use 2 sheets and you're going to have some left. So for 38p, you're going to make some fantastic storage. Now, the other way you can get this is they do a pack of 80. So if you get a pack of 80, it means you're going to get a pack of 160, which also works out with your discount. So per sheet, and this is the best value to do it, 9p a sheet, which is crackers, which is really good value. So I did say to you I would just share with you something on my iPad. I'm hoping it's going to come across on here. So you may notice, let me see if this is coming up, that you got the craft alongs. Let me just see if that is. Yes, it is. That's good. You got the craft alongs with Claire and Dawn. Now, Kimberly now has broken it into sections with Craft Along with Claire and Dawn 2024. So if you go on there, you'll see all the ones that we've done last year. So you can go back, you can click on them. So you can click on there, you can watch the videos back, you can still see the products that we've used. But then she's also created a category now for, let's see, it's not bringing it up, for 2025. Now I'm going to open up today's. Now, do you remember last week I gave you a list of the names to use for your stamp and die storage? Okay. Now this time we've given you a cutting and scoring guide. So if you go on to today's craft along, you'll see that you can just pop your email address and your name, press subscribe, and if you have already subscribed to last week's, it may come up with you've already subscribed. Do not worry, okay? That is absolutely fine. Just give it 5 minutes. You will then receive an email. Let me see if I can bring it up because I did it last night. Oh, see all my emails. No, you don't want to see that my shop's coming. Oh, I had it here earlier. That's the annoying thing. Yesterday. There we go. You will receive an email like that. You just click on the download and you will get a PDF mark. Click onto that and you can print off the cutting and scoring guide for all the card blanks that Pink Frog do. So this is the unscored card blanks that gives you the different sizes. I've also done you a sheet here that gives you the little names so you can use those for storage. So when you actually print these off, this is what you're going to get. I printed mine off on the 160 Super Smooth, so I've always got them to hand. So I've got all the card blank sizes that we do here. So that is the nice thing about it. I've given you your cutting and your scoring guide for it. I've given you your sheets as well. Now, what I have done differently on mine to start with, let me just go back to bring you back up here. So what I did with mine to start with, I just printed it all off in black. And then I thought, no, you're going to probably like to have the metric measurements. You know, so if you did score something dead in half, you got the metric measurements, so you'll know what it is. So it's very hard to do it from the overhead. So I've done these little labels that you can put on the front of your storage. Okay, so just to make life a little bit easier for everybody. That's the aim of the game here with the storage. So you'll see up here I've got all sorts. I'm just going to bring a few of them out here. I'll go back to the shelf in a minute because I've got them all back out on the shelf, but you can see how nicely you can have them all stored up. You can keep all your sizes together. You can see straight away if you're starting to run out of particular colours or a particular size that you like to use. So straight away you know when you need to top up on your card blanks as well, which is great. So let's pop these up the back here. And without further ado, I'm going to show you how you're going to make these. If there's any questions, please do ask. I'm not seeing... Oh, yes, I'm seeing some comments now. Right. So I've got my A3 card. So I've picked a couple of sizes I haven't yet done yet. So let's start off on those. We're going to start off with one that's quite simple and easy to do, as in the respect that you're only going to need 2 sheets, because there are some of them that you have to tweak a little bit. But I'm going to go through all of that with you. So you're going to need your scoreboard in centimetres. So I've got my nice long scoreboard here. Let's bring that out. Okay, so let's start off with the 20 centimetre by 40 centimetre. So this is going to roughly give you, and these are approximate when they're in inches, because obviously working in centimetres, it's not dead bang on for your inches. Okay, so I've got my little card here, so I can just trim that down, and this is what you will do as well. So I can trim my label down. Now I've done all of the storage that's 4 centimetres because I thought that's a good size to get hold of. Doesn't make it too heavy. Now I have got some card sizes where I've got more than 4 centimetres. All you do is make an extra one. That's all you need to do. So what I've done is I've cut that down to 3.5 centimetres, so that will fit nicely on the end of my storage. So let's do this one first. So this is the 8 by 8 size. I think the lovely Claire likes the 8 by 8 size, if I remember correctly. So I'm trying to bring this in so you can see exactly what's going on. Now, obviously, I don't have a trimmer that can trim A3 in size, and I suspect you don't either. But that's not a problem. I'm going to show you how you're going to get round that as well. So we're going to start off on the long side. I'll try and do this. Let me move my drink just there a minute. We'll do this way round. So we're going to go on the long side, and we're going to go 4 centimetres. Now this is 350 GSM. So just take your time, just giving it a nice good score. So you're going to need 4 centimetres, then you're going to need 28.5. And I'm going to have to stand up because I can't see my storage. I do apologise for it being a bit at an angle, but it's trying to get the whole thing in. Okay, so that will do there. But I actually need this to measure on the long side 32 and... No, I don't need to measure 32.5. 28.5, yes. And then I need to do a turn and do another 4 centimetres. I'm just looking at that. I'm cross-pollinating 2 lots of card here. That is all wrong, Dawn. We're starting off with the hardest one. Apologies, it's because I'm not quite with it today. Let me start again. We will do this one. This is the harder one because we've got to use 2 sheets of card and a little bit. So apologies, my head's not with it today. I do apologise. So you're going to need 2 sheets of card that is 42 inches across, which is this, your A4, which is 42 inches across, but 24 inches in width. So because I haven't got a trimmer, I'm going to just do a score at 24 and just take your time. Now, if your scoreboard isn't long enough, all you do is flip it the other way around and still do a 24. Okay, that's all you're going to do. And let me make sure I'm on my right one. Yes, and I'm going to do a 4 centimetre because we're going to make these 4 centimetre in width. So again, all the way down, I'm going to do this a flip as well. Now, obviously, because I don't have a trimmer, I'm going to cut this piece off just with my scissors. But because I've done that score line, I know exactly where it's going. So this is the harder one of the two, because this is one of the longest card sizes that Pink Frog do. Okay, so it's not a problem, because we can still make storage out of our A3. So I've got one of those, and I'm going to need a second sheet of card and do the same thing. Okay, so down the 4 centimetres and down again at 4. It doesn't matter if it crosses over, that's not an issue at all. And then I'm going to do 24 centimetres. Now I'm using a metal stylist. I do find with the 350 GSM as well, a metal stylist is easier to use. And again, we're going to cut that one up. But this is a really good idea for keeping all your card blank so they're not going to get dog-eared, number one. But also it means you can quickly reference if you're running out of a particular card size. So we've got 2 of those, and then from some scraps that I've got from another sheet, I'm going to need 2 that are where are we? Let me get my other sheet up here. So we've done those 2 here. So we've done 2 at 42 by 24, and now we're going to do another 2. And these are going to be 20. Ooh. I think that should be 24, but let's just see. Yes, it does need to be 24. That's fine. We'll do 20. And I'm just doing 8 because this has got to wrap round. Now, I've made storage like this in the past. And I've got it. I'm going to bring some up in a minute and share it with you. I'm going to get it out. But we're going to make some storage first. And then with those 2 bits on the short side, you're going to score at 2 and 6 because we've already cut it at 8. So 2 and 6. Right, now I'm going to put my scoreboard out the way, and you know what I'm going to tell you to do. We need to give this a good burnish. So the nice thing about this, as you found with the stamp and die storage, is it gives it a nice, it's a firm storage. That's why I like the 350 from Pink Frog Crafts cards, because it's good and sturdy weight, which is what we are needing. Okay, that's that one. And that's that one. So the first thing we're going to do is to join these two together. Okay, so we're going to go in with some EVA glue. You could use your red line tape as well, but I'm just going to go in with the glue because it's quick grab as well. And I know when it gets right into the fibres of the paper, it's going to be sturdy. Now, you know, normally we say with our glue, don't use too much. Mine's blobbing out because I filled it up just before I came on air. But you can see I'm putting a bit more on. And I'm putting a bit more on because obviously this is going to hold quite a lot of card. And I have my card blanks ready for this. So just popping it on. Don't be tempted to go from your big bottle. I know you're probably looking at this and thinking, oh, we'll just get the big bottle drawn and go on with that. Please don't. I personally find, again, by going in with the fine nozzle bottle, you've got more control. Plus the fact you're being able to, let's just sort that out. You're also being able to have more control of where it's going. I'm just going to wipe that off there. So then we're going to stick one on top of the other. I apologise for the angle because it's hard to get it all on screen for you. But this is one of the bigger sizes, as you know. Now give that a really good burnish down. So the glue can get all dispersed. And I do like to just turn it over and do exactly the same again. And then the next thing is we're going to glue these onto the ends. Okay, let me just bring in my glue. So we are making a slip folder in essence. Now I am going to share with you because I have done some originally with actual like slants on them, and again this is personal choice if you wish to do that. That's not an issue either. So that's one side. Let me do the one on this side. But the craft card just makes it look, it just looks clean as well, if you get my drift. Now, if you've got lots of a particular colour, perhaps you always like to buy Super Smooth, you could quite happily as well do like a colour swatch of Super Smooth on the end. So you could have all your 20 by 40 Super Smooth in one folder, and then you could do just a less of a gap, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's those two, and then we're going to bring this up. And there we go, and I'm just going to put the glue on this end as well. Sorry, I'm off shot. But just go in with your fine nozzle bottle. Do not be tempted to go in with your big glue bottle. Okay. And then we're going to lift this up. And join that one onto there. This is the hardest one. I was going to do the easiest one first, wasn't I? But never mind, we're on with the hardest one first. Okay. And then you're going to do the same with this side. So just join that on. In fact, I might lay it down like that so I can put my hand in how it will be easier. So I'm going to go in with my bone folder on the inside and do the same again on this end. So just square it all up. Ooh. Okay, so that's going to give our slip folder, and as I say, I've done them all the same size, which is the 4 inch or 4 centimeters, apologies. So I've got my label all cut out, so that can go on there. And if I just turn to my side on the back here and pick out my 20 by 40 card blanks, so which is roughly your 8 by 8. I can then get them all tucked away, and it is quite satisfying to get them all in one place. I know exactly where they are. They're all labelled up. If you want to keep them in your packaging, you can, because I have allowed a little bit extra depth if you want to keep them in the packaging, if that's what you want to do for colours. Okay, but that's what you're going to do. So that is our 20 by 41 done. So let's move that to one side and we'll do another quick one. Apologies. So let's now do the 18 by 24. So this is equivalent to our 5 by 7. Now, you know, with Pink Frog we do 2 5 by 7s, and you will see that on your chart. So you've got your landscape and your portrait. So again, it's quite good to see which way round they're going. So let's just trim that down. So I'm just going to trim in. I might have to go across a little bit more to get my label correct. Let's take that piece off, Dawn. So yes, as I say, I've done your sheet with red, so it makes it a little bit easier. So you can see, you know, the say the metric version, if that's how, not metric, imperial version, if that's how you work. So let's look at the 18 by 24. Okay, so this time we need 2 that are 32 and a half centimeters by 22. So let's bring up the scoreboard, because obviously my trimmer will not cut the cardstock accordingly. So you're going to need 2 for this one. So you'll see that on the long side you're going to need 4 and 28 and a half. So let's go on here. In fact, I think I can turn this one round that way. Let's just see. Yes, I can. I can go around that way. So if I trim this way at 24, okay, and that means then this one is going to be 4 centimeters. And 24 and a half centimeters. and it needs a length of 28.5, which is, oh, where are we? 28.5, which is there. Forgive my head if you can see it. So I'm doing this because obviously I haven't got a trimmer to trim that down to. And we'll do this side at 4 again. I kept them all as 4, as I said. So we'll trim that end off. So this you will not waste, I know. You'll be using that to either make a card blank, to add more to your storage. That could be more like a flap for your die storage. Okay. And we're going to need 2 of those. Let's bring in another blank. Oh, apologies, I've missed the camera there. That's not very good, is it? So let's do 24.5 first, because that is easier. So 24.5. And actually we could do the 20.5, and then that gives me that bottom bit. And then again at 4. And 27, 28.5. Oh, gone off the line. Keep it in the line, Dawn. And 24.5. I'll just trim that end off. There we go. So we'll put that to one side. So I'll just check on that. That's a 20 by 20. I've crossed over my measurements again. I do apologise, but we'll be fine. So let's pop scoreboard down. I've crossed over measurements, so do apologise. I'm doing my 20 by 20. Now, that's going to bring us in nicely, actually, because I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can do 20 by 20. I should have a ruler under this. I told you I wasn't feeling quite with it today. We'll do that one next. So with this is your 20 by 20. I do apologise. So this is your sort of DL size card. Now, the nice thing about this is I've done storage where I'm just doing a mitre on one end and a mitre on this end. So it is basically, you're doing like your slip boxes, your boxes, but we've always got new people that are tuning in. Okay. Now this time I'm going to take that square out of the way because I don't want too much bulk in that corner. So take that square out of the way, and then I'm going to pop my glue on this end. Now you can do these as slip covers, but if you wanted to make it a file cover, I'll show you in a minute, you can do as well. Personally, the file cover looks nice, but it doesn't protect your card all the way round. And really, we want to have the cardstock protected. We don't want dog ears on it at all. I've gone too tall there. Don't know what's happened there, but I have. Give that a good burnish. burnish down there. Don't know what's happened there. I've gone off. I told you I'm not with it. I'm crossing over all my measurements. But you'll be taking more time at home for this. I'm just going to trim that piece off. Now I've done all the card blank sizes. You can do your A4 and your A5 the same. And I'm also going to bring up and show you, if any of you bought, do you remember the specialist card that we had for your mats and layers with your opal and that? I've done little storage for that as well. But you'll see with how the measurements work that it's going to come. So I've got my piece like this now, which is basically your box base. So put your big piece in the bottom first. Put glue on the tab. And glue on that tab. And then I'm going to fold those over. And I'd just like to lay it on the counter just to get that flat. And then do your big flap again, getting enough glue on there. Okay, flap that over as well. And then I like to just put it on the desk, going with my bone fold. You have to get your hand in and give it a good burnish down. So this is for your 20 by 20, which is basically your DL size card. So you've got a nice firm bottom on there. Now for your let me just put the lid on my glue for a minute while we talk about this. So this is for your DL size, which is your 20 by 20. Now if I bring in from under here, I've got so many boxes of card I've done now ready, which is really good. So, oh, let me bring these in. Now this is also 20 by 20. Now these are a couple of years old. So you can see with the craft cards, even a couple of years old, it's a little bit damaged, but it's a couple of years old. It's been up and down to the studio. You can as well create a slant on it if you wish. Choice is yours. But actually I think it sort of looks sturdier, and I've put little colour swatches here as well with the colours. So that is another thing that you could do if you wish. But personally I think it's better in the just the slip folder. I'll take those out because it's storing it all the way around, so I haven't got to worry about getting any dog-eared corners. Okay, so that is your 20 by 20, so nice and sturdy. So I'm running out of space on my shelf, but that'll be fine. I'll slide that one up there. And now I was starting on that one, and we've got time just to finish that one off. And this time I'm going to put my ruler over my measurements so I don't get sidetracked. So we're doing the 18 by 24. So let me put my ruler under there so I don't get sidetracked. But remember, you can print off these sheets, okay, from the Pink Frog website. And also don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter, because you'll get your 10% off anything you order. So do take advantage of that, because at the moment these are working out. If you go for the smaller pack size, 38p to make a folder to store your cardstock, and you can't buy a folder for that. I'm going to have to move this up here in front of me. It's going to be in the way there. So we're doing 18 by 24. So we need 2 pieces that are 32 by that can't be right. Where are we? I'm thinking to myself. So we go on the long side at 4. I'm making sure I read the right one this time. And then we need 28 and a half. Sorry, I'm not got you quite in shot. And then I need another 4 off here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to burnish that there, pop it on the edge here. Now I'm going to show you another way you can mark it with your ruler as well. So that's that way. And then we need to do 4 centimetres for the bottom of our box. There we go, 4 centimetres for the bottom of the box. Not getting any more comments come up, so I presume everyone is happy. So we're 18 and 4 is 22. So I'm going to do a line at 22 because that's where I'm going to have to cut. So let me just cut. This side I could cut with my paper trimmer, but it's just as easy to do it with a pair of scissors. Okay. But you can see just how easy these are to make. And it's nice to get all your cardstock in order, as I say. So we'll do the burnishing again in a minute. So let's get one more sheet. Oh, I have it up here. So we're 18 by 24. I have to keep telling myself, but 18 by 24. So we're going to do 4. And 28 and a half. And I've given you that half just so it's easier to get your cardstock in and out. That ½ centimetre. That's all that is for. To let you be able to do that very easily. There we go. And then we do another 4. It would be nice to have big paper trimmers to cut A3, but really, I suppose, how often would we use them? Not very often, I don't think. So 4 again. And then 18, so that makes that 22. Get a nice line up there. Trim that off. Now, another thing while I'm just cutting this, if you haven't already subscribed to the Pink Frog YouTube channel, please do, because we keep uploading some past shows that we've had on TV, and it's also a really good resource to go back and look at some of the card techniques and ideas of making cards. So it's worth checking it out. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do, because also it means in the future we can start streaming on there as well as Facebook. And as you know, when you stream on YouTube, you can stream from your device, like your phone or your iPad, directly onto your big telly if you've got a smart telly. So it means it's a bit like having us on the telly. So do check that out. If you haven't already joined Pink Frog's Inspirations on the Facebook group, again, please do, because that's another good resource. All the design team are on there, and Claire and I are on there, and the Pink Frog HQ squad are on there as well. So I'm doing my little mitre on one side. And then on the other one, I'm going to cut that square away. Okay. So that can be cut out the way. And I think when I've done this one, the only one I haven't got is the new 5x5 card, and I haven't got any of that yet, so I need to get some of that. And then I'll have all my storage complete from my Pink Frogs card blank, so I can see at a glance what I've got missing, what I need to top up on, because it's always handy just to be able to see what you need, particularly when there's offers on. And yes, don't forget to sign up to the Pink Frog newsletter if you haven't, because every week there's deals that are on, and it's normally what Claire and I are working on. So don't forget to check those out, because you get those at even a better price, which is fabulous. So where's my burnish tool? All these tools are all available on the Pink Frog website as well. We don't just do card. We do things like your Teflon bone folder that I'd use in here, and you know Claire uses, you know, inks that we use, all that type of thing. So I'm looking at the camera and I'm thinking, what's that there? Can't see what that is. Oh, it's because it's delayed. It's the glue bottle. So enough glue on there again. You could use red line tape. Personally, I think the glue is better. Okay. So let's flip this one over on here. Oh, let's get you flat. There we go. Give that a good burnish. And then we put the long flap over like we did before. Now, if there's anything that you would like Claire and I to share or show for you at all, if you go over to Pink Frog's Inspiration, you can always put a shout out if there's any lives you particularly like to see. Next Wednesday, I am going to be doing the word stamps. So those are the 5 word stamps that we created for the folios and memory books. But I'm going to share with you ways that you can use them in your card making as well. Okay, so we're going to bring in making them into card making as well as for your folios and books. So there's 5 word stamps. There's memories and moments, remember when, time to travel, life on camera, and family and friends. See, I remembered all that. That was good, wasn't it? I know I'm not feeling 100%, but there's certain things I remember. At least I haven't been coughing through this session, which I'm really pleased about because I was concerned. I've been up all night, cough, 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 driving me mad. So just burnish those down. And I'm going to pop my little name plaque on the end, so I know at a glance what card I have in here. Okay, so let me bring in the card blanks that are going to go in here, so I can stop them getting all dog-eared. So they're going to fit nicely in there. Let's put the last few in. So this is the 5x7 portrait. Oh, I might have to make a second one of these. And I can pop that into there. Oh, I might have to make a second one. That might be a little bit tight. Oh no, it's in. It's all in. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Let me pop my lid just on my glue while I think about it. There we go. So I'm going to flip the camera around so I can see you all. There we go. And look behind. I've got one there propped on the top. I've got my last one to go on here as well. But actually, I'm quite pleased because they're nice sturdy boxes, I can rest one on top of the other. So this is just the Kallax unit that I know a lot of you do have in your craft rooms from that special Swedish shop. But it's nice that I can have them all together. I can pull one out, you know, 15 by 42. Let's bring in 15 by 42. I can see I've got a nice stock of 15 by 42. Excuse me, my Echo decides to have a little chit chat. We'll forget about that one. So you can have all your storage in one place. So that's all there. So don't forget to go over to Pink Frog's Cards and Crafts and download your cutting and scoring guide and your labels, so you can get organised with your craft storage as well. So we've done stamp and die storage, we've done the card blank storage as well. Now next week I'm doing the 5 words stamps, and there is some storage to go with that. Probably won't have time on the live to share it, but what I will do is join Pink Frog's Inspirations and I'll share the video over there, so you can make a nice wallet just to hold those 5 sets of stamps, so you can keep them all in one place, which would be fabulous. I'm going to be joining you on Dawn's Inspirations, and I'm sure Kim will be sharing that over on Pink Frog as well. We're going to look at making a really quick super mini album in an hour on Fridays, a Facebook Live. Just hope my throat holds out. So we'll do a Facebook Live there. I will give you a shopping list tomorrow of the items that you're going to need, but basically 12 by 12 card, some 12 by 12 papers or 6 by 6 papers, stuff you've probably got in your craft stash, but once you've seen how to make it, you can make some more. Okay, so I'll be doing a quick Facebook Live on Friday, and Claire will join you again on Monday. So I'm going to say goodbye because my Echo in the background is doing all sorts of silly things, and I'll look forward to seeing you next Wednesday here on Pink Frog Crafts and Cards and Pink Frog's Inspirations, and I will look forward to seeing you Friday on Dawn's Inspirations. So bye for now.